announce. We didn't really announce it. For example, rock and roll is actually black music, but these our people are not teaching our children that. I was lucky that I met the elder apostles. They taught me that. But these Edomites, I saw it also in South Park. We made that. I think it was the truth about token. I'm not sure. Anyway, they said that one time in South Park. I saw it, but then I already knew it. But we made rock and roll, not them. So they stole that from us. There's a lot of more things, man. That's just music. Hundreds of black inventions. Yeah, they stole our stuff. This is just 20 minutes. How about a few hundreds of years? Hundreds of years. No, go back like a few thousand actually. Shit that they stole from us. Anyway, so going back to over here. Thou shalt not wear, Deuteronomy 22 and 11. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. Well, now you know the reason. But we didn't need to know the reason. Heavenly Father said don't do it with them. We don't do it. Just listen. But now you do know it, which makes it easier to digest in your mind, because now you be like, oh, I know why. Now you know the reason. Well, this is it. It's going to cancel out and it's going to make you worse than a dead person. You're dead. So that's why you need to watch out also what you're wearing. But can we? No, we cannot. And these Edomites, they know this to be the truth. They just came out with this article. They're in 2003. They already know this. They already know this, man. Because I remember it was Edward Snowden that said, when you see the government publish an article about some scientific thing that they discovered or something like that, you can best be assured that they already had it a few years before that. They just didn't tell you that. Yeah, that's what they do. Like, for example, the Flintstones. No, the Jetsons. The Jetsons used to make phone calls and then they used to talk to each other like that. Isn't that what we're doing right now? And the Jacksons was made in the 70s. Where the hell did they get that idea from, that it's going to be possible? Because they already had it. Here, you have the iWatch or the iPhone thing. You know, you can call people and watch television on your arm thing. And when was the Jetsons release date? You have to understand the day that they release something means that they had it years before. Oh shit, 60s. They had it in the 50s. This why? Because, well, you're not going to start making the cartoon the day that you released it. It's already finished. Or at least one season is finished. Then they will see if the second season is worthy enough to make. And if it is, then they make it. If it isn't, then they don't make it. Or sometimes they just make 3 seasons. And you're not going to cancel it anyway. Because they decide what's on television. Look at that stupid show, How I Met Your Mother. That thing is just fucking dead. Who watches that, man? These sitcoms that they have nowadays, who's watching these things? These things are stupid. But the people are dumbed down so hard that it's entertaining to them. Yeah, whatever. But that's Esau's fault yet again. Johnny Quest from the 1960s. Top Cat from the 1960s. Flintstones from the 60s also. All these things have hidden messages within them. You be looking at it like, what? Yo was talking about this in those days? Yes, they were. Because they already had it laid out on a map. You just don't know about it. Well, me too, but you know, yeah. I just said you because, you know, I mean the people. They had these things, man. They already had these things. Here they imitate the so-called black female, make you look like you all fucked up and such shit like that. This is how they program you that your hair is ugly. It started from there, even before that a little bit, but still, they want you to look like this. Which is, yeah, see here, from Instagram fillers to smartwatches, 12 technologies, 1960s TV show The Jetsons already depicted, and now we have. It's more than 12, by the way. They have more stuff. You see? The robot thing. And aren't they working on that right now? And it's a fat mammy. You know what it represents, right? A fat black woman. That's what it represents. This also is what they're doing right now. Doing doctor appointments via Zoom, especially in the so-called COVID time. They did that. And this is in the 1960s. Let that sink in. They already know what they're doing, these devils. They just ain't telling you. I don't trust the edomite. The higher up they go, the less I trust them. Right. So they know exactly what they're doing. Just because they published it in 2003 doesn't mean that they didn't know it before that. They was doing studies in the time of Hitler, which is in the time of 40. They was doing DNA studies. They was doing chipping studies. They was doing all type of crazy shit, man. They was also doing satanic stuff and witchcraft, which is Esau, his fucking soul. Sorry, his soul. You know, they've been doing these things for centuries. Thousands of years actually, and the earth is only like 13,000 years old, 14 to 12 13,000 years old. Yeah, so I'm not talking about millions of years and stuff like that. No, thousands, which is 4 5 6,000 years. It took 6,000 years to make the earth, finish the earth, and then 7,000 years was relaxation. And from there on until now has been like 6,000 years. Which is 12, 13,000 years, something like that. Right. So in the time of Ezra, 10,000 years would have passed. And now we are almost like a little bit more than 2,000 years plus of Ezra. So we are in the year 12,000 right about now. And the thing is also that, shit, I'm going to get too deep in it. You know what? Let me leave it. I wanted to say about the calendar that we use right now, which is the solar calendar, which is Esau stuff. He worships the sun. But we had the lunar calendar. We don't worship the moon, but we use the moon to count the months. So that's what we did. He uses the sun. Anyway, let me go on. Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 12. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four corners of thy vesture, so of your clothing, your garment, wherewith thou coverest thyself. So we need to have the fringes. And why? That's mentioned in the book of Numbers. In a blue ribbon. Numbers 15? Yeah. Numbers chapter 15 verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. Why? Verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it. So that's the reason. And what's the reason? And remember all the commandments of Yahweh, and do them. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring. Yeah, which is a whoring after other gods. So that's why our clothing are supposed to have a ribbon of blue and fringes. Here. Ribbon of blue and fringes, this. Why? Because every time we see it, we need to remind ourselves, oh yeah, the law. Yeah. It says the border of your clothing, and then said it's stupid. Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother myself with these people. You know, people are just they just do what they want to do, man. And you know these Amalekites don't have it. This is their so-called fringes. Where's the ribbon of blue? Where is it? Last time I checked, they were black. Even in the ancient times, on the so-called, the walls, which in the Egypt they call hieroglyphs, but on the wall paint is, it's not even a painting. It's a sculpture thing, carved out, graven thing. Yeah, graven image, graved, graven seals actually. This thing. We had it there too. The border of blue, and the fringes. We had that. We had that back in those days. Right. And the Native Americans had it too. Native Mexicanos had it too. And the Native Americans had it too. Here. They had it. Okay. Ancient ones. When that devil Columbus went over there, he found them with those type of clothing, as you can see here. He found them with these type things, but they had fringes on them. I'm not sure if they had the ribbon of blue, but you can best assure some of them did have it. But we lost all that knowledge, so don't worry too much about it. And you had the Native Americans also. They also had the fringes on their clothing, at the border of their clothing. As you can see here. They just forgot the ribbon of blue sometimes. Maybe a lot of times. I don't know how many times, but yeah. Like I said, all of us forgot the law. So you had the West African clothing also. Let me see. Which is where the slaves come from. You still have it. They still have it until this day. Certain ones, of course. Other ones is modernized, like this prostitute over here. So, yeah. Was another one. Right. Ancient. Oh, yeah. Well, that's just saw right here. Right. In South America, we had these type of things also. Suriname, for example. Here. My grandma's mother used to wear these type of things. I still have pictures of my grandmother dressed in these things. Yeah, man. Had their head covered. But nowadays, these are the modern ones. My grandmother also had these things. My great-grandmother from my mother's side, and my grandmother from my father's side. She still had, well, she's not here anymore, a long time ago, but she still had this. I remember seeing her in this when I was younger. I remember seeing her in that. My great-grandmother had these type of clothing on. I still got pictures of her, which is my mother's grandmother. But yeah, I can't find other things. I don't know what to type. So the point is that we're the Israelites. We had these things. Yeah, this. Here. Look at the fringes. Oh no. Yes. It represents fringes, but because they got the stripes, but you know what? I'm not gonna look for it. Right, going on. So the ribbon of blue is to remind us of the scriptures and the fringes of the laws, the many laws that we have. Deuteronomy 22:12. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four corners of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. So here goes in another topic, which is, now comes the topic of laws about sexual conduct. Verse 13, subtitled Laws About Sexual Conduct. Let me see, Exodus, wait, I skipped a, here, sorry. I don't need to actually read. You know what, this also goes. Exodus chapter 28, verse 42. And thou shalt make them, the priests, the Levites, linen breeches to cover their nakedness. From the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach. So this is the clothing according to the men, the Levites, that they were allowed to wear. Because if you go to the book of Deuteronomy 22:5, that a woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man, and a man shall not wear that which pertaineth to a woman. But the Levites also had other customs, extra customs, that they were not allowed to wear skinny tight shorts, like pum pum shorts. For example, pum pum shorts like this, where you can see the thighs and stuff like that, like this. It's fucking horrible, bro. But this is what Esau's creating. Men walking around like this, and he wants it, so. That Jake wants it. Look at this shit. You got to be ashamed of yourself walking around with like this. Verse of Exodus 28:43. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come into the tabernacle of the congregation. So when you go into the tabernacle of the congregation, which is where the Ark of the Covenant is, or just in the midst of the congregation, or when they come near unto the altar to minister in the holy place, which is where the inner courts are, and the Ark of the Covenant and stuff like that, or maybe the church, you know, if they build it with hands and stuff like that, and they come near to it, that they bear not iniquity and die. So if you show your thighs, you're dead. The Lord is going to kill you. It shall be a statute forever unto him and his seed after him. So the Levites were not allowed to be dressing in pum pum shorts like that guy over there once they do stuff concerning to the scriptures. Concerning to what the Most High told them to, which is doing holy stuff and stuff like that. And if a man is not allowed to wear that, how about a woman? How much more? You'd be stoned to death. So you're lucky, and you're damn fucking lucky too. You're luckier than her. This is a shame. If this was your daughter or your wife, come on, man. I would not want you 100%. But then again, you got like a few millions of dudes that probably jerk off to you to pictures. I don't know what the fuck they do, but no, they would really like you. I want you to be my wife. Yeah. So Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 13. If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her and give her, so if you take a wife, you have sex with her, and then you start disliking her, because back in the days, you didn't win on a date. You just found out what type of girl she is after being around her after a while, and give occasions of speech against her. So every time you get the chance, you talk shit about her and bring up an evil name upon her. You start telling everybody their business, her business, and y'all business, and how she's bad and not that good and all that there. And say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. She wasn't a virgin. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the token of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. Now, what is the token of the damsel's virginity? The token of the damsel's virginity is a white cloth that you put under the bed. Here. That you put under the bed, or on top of the bed, actually, when you lay upon it. And then when you have sex with intersex, by the way, not intercourse, sex, then the white cloth would turn red of blood stain, you know? Right. That's what they used to do. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her. And lo, he had given occasion of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him. They're going to whip his ass with whips or any instrument of pain. Better be a stick or a whip or something else. Maybe some smacks with the hands. And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver fine, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he had brought an evil name upon a virgin of Israel. And she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days. So you're going to get a ticket. You're going to get a fine of 100 shekels of silver. That's a lot of money, bro. I'm telling you. You're going to have to pay. Cough up that money. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of her virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of the father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she had wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. Yeah, because she was living with her father, and then she had sex before her father wedded her out to another. So shall thou put evil away from among you. And what evil is that? Well, murder is going to come. Because if he finds out now, you do know that adultery can lead to murder, right? And fightings. There's evil, man. Why are you doing that? Just keep the peace. Stay away from that man's wife. And if the father doesn't like you, don't still actively try to fuck his daughter. That's just, man, people don't have... If I like a girl, and I come to find out the father doesn't want me in his family, why the fuck would I want to be in your family? Fuck you and your family, man. I'm out of there. Now you're going to estrange the girl from her family because she want to follow you. And you're going to estrange your children that you have with that girl from her family. Now, which is then their family also, because it's your child, but it's his son-in-law, is his grandson or granddaughter, and you are a so-called son-in-law. In law, you are a son, but not really, But yeah, you're gonna cause a strain upon that child and her if you stay to her, if you stay with her, or if you let her stay with you. But because that child is not gonna grow up with one side of the family, one side of the grandparents. The child might not know or get to know, or there's always gonna be some trouble. So yeah, check out who you impregnate if you wanna get loose from trouble, if you don't want to have no troubles, right? So that's that for that. And then you have another one which says 22, if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, so she's already married, but he's lying with her, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. I just explained it. Like, from adultery comes evilness. It comes just strife. You kill those people. And it also brings sorrow for the guy that was married to the wife. Then he finds out his wife was getting plowed by another man. That's sorrow. You kill that person. I'm not telling you to do it now. I'm just reading what it says. If it, like for now, just like how Shai said, let's say your wife, you caught your wife in the very act. You just came home and she was plowing somebody in your bed, because in the book of John chapter 8 it says she was caught in the very act. Then I know you want to probably kill her, but you shouldn't direct your anger toward the guy, because she's the one that did it, because he didn't rape her. So she's the first actually to be, and then him. If he knew, if he jumped up, he said, I didn't know you had a husband. Well, it's not his fault. He is not at fault here. He had done nothing wrong. He's trying to get some puss, and your wife gave it to him. She has an agreement with you, not written, even if it's written, like in the state, so-called fake marriage, the so-called marriage thing. Even if it's that one, even if it is written, it's an unwritten rule that you have between yourselves. Like, hey, I'm with you, you with me, cool cat. Don't sleep with nobody else. It's an unwritten rule. So she's the one that broke it. She's the one that broke the covenant with you by sleeping with another man. So hey, she's first in line. But like Yahushua said, which one of you is without sin, cast the first stone and kill her. And then you should kind of back off, because you probably filled with sin yourself. 100% you filled, not probably. I was gonna say you probably committed adultery yourself too, right? Or if you look at another woman belonging to another man, you have already committed adultery in your heart. So, but yeah, I would advise you, if you really want to do that, I would not advise you to kill your wife. I'm not gonna tell you that. If you do it, I understand, but I wouldn't tell you to do it. If you want to really, if you still can't handle yourself, smack her a few times, and then keep it at that. Don't kill the bitch. Yahushua said, "No man." No, she said to Yahushua, "No man has condemned me." And then he said, "Go and sin no more. Don't do it again. Just let the Lord kill her. That's gonna keep your hands clean." Just like King David. King David wanted to go commit murder again to Nabal. He wanted to go kill him. King David. He wanted to go kill him. And then he heard he was dead. And then he said, "Bless the Lord," because the Lord killed him for him. Because he didn't want... If you read the chapter, you will get it. Like, I don't think the Lord wanted you to go kill that man, murder him, because he didn't want to give you food. If he don't want to give you, he don't want to give you. But King David says, so wait. I'll read a little bit. Now, this is the book of Numbers, 1 Samuel 25 and 10. And Nabal answered David's servants. So David sent men to go ask Nabal, like, hey, can you give me some food? I'm on the run right now, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of hungry, me and my men. And said, who's David? Who the fuck is that nigga David? Fuck that nigga. Tell your master, fuck you. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but that's the mindset of these fools. And Nabal answered David's servants and said, who's David? Who you? And who is the son of Jesse, which is his father? Who's that man? I don't know these. Fuck that dude. There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. Right, basically, he's just talking shit. Shall I then take my bread and my water and my flesh, which is the food, the meat, cattle and stuff like that, chicken, goat, lamb, ox, that I have killed for my shearers, and give it to men whom I know not whence they be? Right, because David was in hiding. King David was in hiding from, I think it was Saul. Yeah. Ex-King Saul. So David's young men turned their way and went again and came and told him all these sayings. How he was talking mad greasy, slippery, like he would get caught and choked out, because he thought he would slip away like a fish. And David said unto his men, gird ye every man his sword. And they girded on every man his sword, and David also girded on his sword. And there went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. So he went to go kill him. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master. And he railed on them. Yeah, he was ripping on them, man, talking mad shit. But the men were very good unto us, and were not hurt. And we were not hurt. Neither missed we anything, because they always provided them with anything and everything. As long as we were conservant with them when we were in the fields. Yeah, because back in the days, it was King David that was actually helping the same Nabal. Was helping him with many things. He laid down his life for this guy. Often. It says it here somewhere. It says it here somewhere. I don't want to read everything right now. But the point is that, King David wanted to kill him, but the Lord killed him for him so that his hand didn't get dirty. So that's the same thing that you should be doing. Don't kill your adulterous spouse or the female that you're living with. That's not your spouse, by the way. It's just a bitch. But you call her your spouse, so yeah, keep it at that. Don't kill her, I would advise. Smacking her? I'm not going to tell you to do it, but I'd rather you do that than kill her. I'll bet your ass. Yeah. Suffer not thy brother to sin, right? So I don't want you to sin. I don't want you to do that. Think about your house, Shy. Like, it's hard, man. It's very hard to tell a brother that, his wife just got, done being plowed, and then tell him, like, hey, leave it. It's very hard for that person. But you can try, Try and convince him, because we're here to convince each other, right? We convince each other knowing the terribleness of the Lord. Second Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. But we are made manifest unto the Heavenly Father. And I trust also are made manifest in your conscience. So, the Lord knows the men of the Lord, and the people that know the Lord also know the men of the Lord, because they're gonna know like, oh yeah, he's speaking scriptural things, facts of the scriptures. So it's not his own mind, it's also not his own words. It's coming out of his mouth, but those are not his words, nor his mind. That's the Lord's words and the Lord's mind that he's given unto us. Because we didn't read it, but he reads it for you, and now you know it too. And that's how we grow. Right, so going back over here. So it says here. So yeah, he lay with her. Okay, lay with that woman. Verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband. So she's a virgin. She never had sex before. She was just engaged to a man. And a man find her in the city and lie with her. Then ye shall bring them both out unto the city of that gate, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he had humbled his neighbor's wife. He did her. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. But if a man find a damsel in the field, and the man force her, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter, right? Because the man is stronger than his neighbor, and he murdered him. It's not his fault that he died. He wasn't strong enough to defend himself. That's the same thing with a woman that is in the field, somewhere in the woods, and the man basically rapes her, and then she can't fight back. She's not strong enough. Well, only the man dies in that case. Verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, so she's a virgin and she is not engaged, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver. So you don't kill him. Why? Because she's a virgin and she is not engaged to anyone. You don't kill this one. You fine him according to the scriptures going on. And she shall be his wife, because he had humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. So what does that show you? That shows you that I always make this as a joke, but it's not. It kind of is to me, because of the way I say it. So that's it's not about me being selfish. It's just funny. Okay, let me just tell you, and then I'll see if you find it funny or not. So it is better to rape. It's better to rape a girl than to lie on the Virgin of Israel. Yeah, it sounded funnier in my head. If I didn't say it to you, people that know me, they would laugh. Because I would say, you see, it's better to rape a girl, an Israelite. I'm not doing it now, and I'm not going to do it. But I did make the joke. It was funny to me. Still funny, but maybe not to you. That's why I'm not really laughing out loud. In my head, I was just then, but then I say it, and then I heard myself saying it, and then I think that I don't think you're gonna find it funny. But this was the joke. It's better to rape a girl, or like an Israelite girl, than to lie on her virginity. Better to take the virginity of one than to lie on the virginity of one Israelite daughter. Because if you lie on her, then you get a fine of 100 shekels of silver. But if you rape her, you get 50 shekels of silver. So that was the joke. But still, it's still a lot of money, and a lot of people could not afford it, so they wouldn't really do it unless they were able to afford it, or else they won't get their ass whooped. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. And but people might say like, hey, this is not talking about rape. Well, I got a few scriptures that can actually prove you wrong and that you're lying. I'm reading this. I'm not telling you to do it. So there's a difference between that. Why? Because if I read this to you, Leviticus chapter 20 verse 13, if a man also lie with mankind, here come the lying again, as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So there's no blood on your hands when you put them to death. Do I have to tell you that you shouldn't be doing this right now in 2024? No. But with this, since it's a female, you all sensitive, like your nipples is fucking hard or hurting and shit like that, or it's just swollen up. You know, I don't know what you're feeling. You're feeling yourself right about now. But your nipples is soft. You know, you're sensitive and shit. Shut up with that. I didn't tell you to go do it. Because I had a few monkeys talking about you DMA niggas all rape for bitches. Well, they didn't say bitches, but they said girls. So that's what are you talking about? Esau would have locked us up. These devils can't wait till we do something stupid. Do you think that they would allow me to walk around here upon the planet Earth while I'm raping on chicks? Are you stupid? No, you're the devil. That's why you're lying. And you know what I'm going to do to you? You know what I'm going to do to you? Keep on talking that shit, and I'm going to do this to you. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 10. Accuse not a servant unto his master. Who's my master? Matthew 23? Yeah. Matthew 23 and 10. Neither be ye called master, for one is your master, even Yahushua. So that's my master, right? In this case, in this time, Proverbs 30 and 10, we had masters, Hebrew masters, above us, over us also. So, but now our master is Yahushua, right? Accused, and Lord willing, I'm a servant of Yahushua. I hope I am. So let's just say that. Accuse not a servant unto his master, lest he curse thee. So if you are willing to go and tell people like, oh, this nigga be teaching raping people, females, and oh, they there, and it's all normal, and we're supposed to be doing it. If you really go and tell people, why don't you tell the Lord, pray to the Lord that I'm doing that? You're accusing me of raping the bitches. These females ain't women, man. They bitches. But if she's a virgin, then it's a temporary woman until she get really loose and start throwing it out to left and right and all kind of guys, Tyrone, Jackson, and many more names. Lest he curse thee and thou be found guilty. So don't get yourself in trouble, because you might get yourself cursed. I'm not saying I'm doing it, but if you vex me enough, but nobody ever did that actually, vexed me enough to curse them, because they say something and then they're kind of done with it. Yeah, but you have others that blame our whole group. Okay, you're being irritating right now. And you know what the Heavenly Father did to you? The one that was actually really pushing for us that we are rapists and stuff like that. We raping 12-year-old girls. Is this guy over here. How old was she? 15? 14. Okay. This guy calls himself Brother Polite, 14-year-old rape victim mother. The victim mother gave a statement. Let me see if it's this one. Yeah. But this guy was saying that we was raping bitches. Let me see. This is what he was saying. Oh man, again? Oh man. This one. This one I remember was about 9 years ago. And okay, I'm gonna put this link in the description box. But there was another one too. There was another one where he went to he was trying to get the Bloods and the Crips to come and do us harm. And I funnily made a comment to him like, none of you niggas is gonna do shit. Both of you niggas is gonna step on each other's shoes, being all crowded, clumped up together and stuff like that. And one of you was gonna step on each other's shoes, and y'all gonna shoot the fuck out of each other. You before you even step to us, which is funny to me. You know, Bloods and Crips coming together since fucking when. I have seen a few instances, so I'm not gonna knock that. You know, hey, but they came together to bang on people that be reading the scriptures. Why don't you go banging with the white boys? You know you're gonna fucking die. You're gonna lynch your bitch ass. You know they're gonna put your dick in your fucking mouth and hang your bitch ass. You know they're gonna do that. You scared, ho? You scared, ho? Scared, ho? But anyway. So, yeah. Before you even came to us, Lord willing, you're gonna die like Nabal, or you're gonna die by each other. You know what I'm saying? This, I don't know what he fuck he is. You know, Boston, I don't know what he got blue, so I think he blue guy. You're gonna step on somebody's shoe, marching towards us, and then you're gonna march like soldiers, and then you're gonna step on somebody else's shoe that's red or whatever, and then he gonna shove you, and then you're gonna fall on another motherfucker. Gonna say you, and then you're gonna fucking kill each other right there. How about that? Lord willing, of course. But anyway, your master is a convicted pedophile right about now. So how about that? How about that? That same doofus that said that we was touching on little girls and stuff like that. Let me see. I can't find the video. If I find it, then I'll put it online. But this is the same guy that used to say that we were doing these things. Look at them now. Ain't the Most High funny? He turned it right back on you. It took a few years. Took like what, 9 years? Took like 9 years, but it's still good. It's still good. Yeah. It's still good. You know, the Heavenly Father will judge you. Might not be now. Right. But anyway, so yeah, let me get a few scriptures on that concerning the lying with you part. Because a lot of people say that that is not what it says right here, which you're lying to yourself. I'm not telling you to go do it. Just like I said, I ain't telling you to go do this. Deuteronomy, no, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 14. And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burned with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. And if a woman approach unto a beast and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. So there's no blood on your hands if you kill a person like that. Right, oh yeah, you're not supposed to take sister and stuff, but these things. You know that nowadays people are doing these things. They're doing these things. Are you going to kill them? When I read this, do you feel the urge to go and kill them? No, it doesn't even come in your head. You just know, oh, it's allowed. But when we read this, you'd be like, oh, that's what you're doing? He's teaching the right girls, virgins, or what? That shows you where your mind is at. Your mind is full of... you're not really thinking that good. I'll just say that. You're not really thinking that good. You're not thinking it through. When I just read that, you're not thinking it through. So I just explained to you that that's not what we're doing. I'm not telling you to go do that. I'm reading what it says. It's a difference. Just like here. Here you know it. You know I'm not... It doesn't come in your head like I'm telling you to do it. You understand like, oh yeah, that's a law. That's against the law of the Lord. But this one... it's because it's concerning the weaker vessels, which are the women. So you want to protect them. Even though, see, I'm not going to boast, and I'm not going to talk for every woman, but I'll say this. All the girls that I had, they wanted to be raped. So I don't know what you talking about, but women like that. I'm not telling you now to go and do it to them. That's just stupid. They're going to lock your ass up, okay? But my girlfriends, well, I didn't have many anyway. But I'll tell you this: some of them begging you to do it, and even if you stop, they'd be like, "Why are you stopping? You bitch, you said." I didn't call her a bitch, of course, because that's not normal. But these females nowadays are bitches. A shameless woman shall be called a dog. Counted as a dog. What's a female dog? A bitch. So that's why. Yeah. So. Yeah, they will question you. Nowadays, these beasts are so bad that if you don't look at them, they're really gonna start a rumor that I think he gay. What? Really? So if I don't want you, this female did it. What was it? This is the thing that I was talking about long time ago, and now there's a video showing you that. It was it here? What? Wow, cool. A beast. You already know what should happen to her according to the scriptures. And she had a argument with her. She was thirsting after this guy. Wow. I can't find it because I didn't save it. It was not important to me. I just clicked on it. because this female, she was, you know what, I'll try and find it and put it in the description box. This female, she was trying to get with this. Oh yeah, wait. I just saw the Wild and Out thing. Oh yeah, here. I saw it here. It was a guy from Wild and Out. And she was trying to get with him. Wow. I can't find it. You know what? I'll leave it. But I'll put the link in the description box if I find it. The point is that she was trying to get with this guy, but the guy didn't want her. The guy said, yeah, but you have a boyfriend though. And she said, he's not that. And is her voice? She was talking. It's not him dubbing it or him saying what she said. No, she's talking. And she said like, yeah, I didn't have I had a boyfriend, but he don't. So I'm not here for that. It's like basically don't worry about that. So yeah, she's not that type. But anyway, so she goes on and saw him a few weeks later or something like that. And then she tried it again, but then he said, "No, I think you have a boyfriend." "No, I don't." Then he said, "No, I think you do. You do have one." And then she turned around and started basically telling other females like, "This nigga gay because he don't want you, because he doesn't want a man, a woman that has a man. That's why he gay." Delusional females. But like I said, I will try and find the video to show you. Yeah, so that. And let me get a few scriptures more and then I will stop this video. Let me see what I put it here. No, here then. This is an example of humbling a woman. Well, I don't need to actually do all this, but I will do it. Deuteronomy chapter 21 verse 18. If a man have a stubborn or rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father,